It's the sexy and screen dance. Okay, whoa, Dan fans, don't get mad at me. I know, that's not mine. Like, I know there's fans, but what do you call Dan fans? Like, are you guys just not on fire? I mean, what do Dan fans argue about? Whether he's on fire or not? Anyway, I asked you guys on every social media site what my morning alarm ringtone was. And I said I'd give you a shout out, so here we go. By the way, names will be butchered unintentionally. I'm just putting that out there. Okay, so on Musical.ly, shout out to FlirtJ_X_. Shout out to LeaseGirl12. And shout out to Adel.min. On Facebook, shout out to Lexi R. Johnson. Yes, she was the only one because she cheated. By the way, she wasn't the only one. A lot of you guys did cheat. You guys guessed every single song. So either way, you're gonna win. And some people just wanted a shout out, so they didn't even guess. They're just like, oh, can you just give me a shout out? So some people on this list are on here for the wrong reasons, but I don't care. So Lexi, all the love to you. On Instagram, shout out to Rossigkind, shout out to Quinn X Emily, shout out to Catalina17_, shout out to Delia Stylinson, and shout out to Juanessa15 or Juanessa15. And on Twitter, shout out to @alwaysinmyheart_oi. Shout out to @Horonsaurus shout out to Althea1231J. Shout out to @LarryLover3000. Shout out to Alexa65441744. Great name. Shout out to @Yo_Rose. And shout out to Daria2628. And on Snapchat, no one got it right. Oh wow, I'm stupid. I didn't even tell you what my alarm ringtone was. So my alarm ringtone is End of the Day. Yep, it's been my ringtone for about a year. I mean, Harry's solo is the first thing I hear in the morning, and sometimes I don't even want to turn it off. I just snooze right through that shit. Anyway, thank you guys for participating, but not only that, thank you for watching my videos and supporting me all this way. I mean, I'm almost to 6,000 subscribers, and I never thought I would get to that point, so thank you. Okay, now on to the latest news that's been happening in the past couple days. Okay, so a couple videos ago, I told you guys that Brianna unfollowed Louis and then followed Harry. But now, according to some screenshots, it seems that Brianna now follows Louis again. She still follows Harry, and she also follows Liam, but not Niall. How can you not follow Niall? I don't understand this woman. Whatever, I hope they don't follow her back. Oh, but guys, just as a side note, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you probably already saw my tweet about how the psychic twins tweeted me back. They said that they saw my video about them. And they said, thanks for including us in your new video. We don't go off of media reports, we go off of our own impressions. And then they gave me their website. I mean, I'm just shocked that they even sat through my whole video because I didn't discuss them until the end. So I feel like I'm that much closer to all the people they've collabed with just because they tweeted me. Goals, am I right? Anyway, I don't know if I believe them or not, but it is what it is. Okay, now on to other news about Brianna. Okay, so this has been stated before, but it's either Freddie has a twin named Elliot or it is the same baby. Okay, so Tina Lombardo, the mother of Elliot, posted this picture which says napping with friends. And then Brianna posts this pic of her and Freddie. Okay, so that's Freddie, and that's the pacifier he has. Now let's look back at this baby, which is supposedly Elliot, I think. It looks like the same baby, and that looks like the same pacifier. I mean, and I've made a video about Elliot and Freddie being like the same baby before, but we have so much proof for why this whole thing is shady. I mean, that has to be the same baby, right? Also, speaking of things that just don't add up, check this out. Okay, so here was the recent picture of Brianna, and if you zoom in on her stomach, it looks like she has a birthmark above her belly button. Now here's a picture Brianna posted a bit ago of her pregnant. Where is her birthmark? It's either she photoshopped it out with a good Facetune app, or those are two different people. And I think I've established this before, but every pregnant picture of Brianna wasn't her. She was stealing other pregnant women pictures and claiming it as her own. So maybe that would make sense. But every picture that comes out of Brianna just doesn't make sense. If all the pictures we're getting of Brianna is Brianna, then how does a birthmark just fade? I mean, you don't really have to know anatomy to question that. Also, regarding the whole baby situation, it seems that Louis is not allowed to see his baby again, or Brianna. I mean, the Sun had so much to say on this topic, but I don't know whether to believe it or not. So it says, One Direction's Louis Tomlinson banned by mom of his tot after turning up to collect son with new girlfriend in tow. It says the mom of Louis Tomlinson's baby no longer wants the One Direction star coming to her house. Brianna is seething after he turned up with new love Danielle Campbell to fetch 4-month-old Freddie. A family friend revealed days after Louis was seen picking up his son in a Los Angeles car park. The relationship has hit rock bottom. He's not welcome at Brianna or her family's home anymore. Well, damn. Brianna is such a drama starter. Like, I can understand that Brianna does not want to see Danielle and how seeing Louis with Danielle can make Brianna a little bit mad, but just hearing that Louis isn't even allowed to see his son or Brianna anymore, never thought I would read that. But then again, it is the son. This person says Louis Tomlinson has reportedly been banned from visiting the home of Brianna Jungwirth, the mother of his 5-month-old son, Freddie Rain. The son claims that One Direction hunk has been ordered to stay away from the house after he brought his girlfriend Danielle Campbell along when he collected the tot, a claim sources close to Louis strongly refute. Insiders have claimed that the 24-year-old boy bander has been forced to pick up his son in a car park rather than the home of the stylist due to the strained relationship. Despite the insider reports, a source tells Mail Online Danielle didn't turn up at the house. She's never been to the house that Brianna and Freddie live in. It's also a house that Louis pays for alongside substantial monthly payments. He has even turned down work both in the UK and internationally to stay in LA so he can be with Freddie. Very interesting. So I feel like whatever article you read, they're gonna say different things, so I don't know what to believe. I really want to hear what Louis says about it. So it seems like Louis is still trying to put effort into seeing Freddie, which I mean, if he is the father, that's what he should do. But I don't know, this is just a mess. And not only did the son have a lot to say on Louis, they had a lot to say about Harry and Zayn. So this is talking about Harry splitting with Simon Cowell and moving as far away from One Direction as possible. So it says the pop heartthrob is at the center of a bidding war between record giants Universal and Sony as mentor Simon Cowell braces himself to lose the star from his label Psycho. Harry's potential deal with Universal will be managed out of the US and is likely to see him sign with Capitol Records, home to Katy Perry, Eagles, Beck, and even the Beach Boys. Sony is doing everything in its power to keep him, sparking a huge bidding war. A Sony source said Harry is being offered so many incentives to stay. They're breaking the bank for him. Earlier this month, I told how signing nabbed Robbie Williams from Universal, but at least Sony's bosses can pat themselves on the back for securing a history-making deal with Adele, as I've revealed today. Sources close to 1D say it was inevitable Harry was going to distance himself from the band. A 1D insider explained it was obvious from day one that Harry wouldn't stay with Simon Cowell, Psycho, or Sony label. He wants to move as far away from the band as possible, and for him, that means an entirely new team based in America. It's all part of a master plan being driven by his friend Jeff Azoff, who has set up his own management company to launch Harry as a solo superstar. And then they go on to talk about Zayn, but let's talk about Harry first. Okay, so I've noticed that when Harry starts to do something new, the media takes that as like, oh, Harry's moving on from the band. He wants nothing to do with One Direction anymore. They were saying, oh, Harry cut his hair short, that means he's leaving. Oh, Harry's in a film, that means he's leaving. Harry's writing songs for other people, he's going solo. Like, just because Harry is doing something a little bit different from the band and they're going their separate ways, that does not mean the band is ending. That does not mean Harry's going solo. I just hate how they jump to these conclusions. As I've said before, Harry can be doing a lot of solo work. A lot of people in bands write for other musicians. That doesn't mean that Harry has this ego and he's all arrogant now and he thinks he's better than the rest of the band. And plus, I feel like everything the son writes is bullshit. Like, guys, we've been hearing the same stuff since like 2010. Everybody, every year has been saying Harry's gonna go solo. They've seen it from the start. If anything, Zayn looked like he wanted to leave from the start, and he did. I'll admit that there can be some truth to this article, but I think the rest of it is not true at all. And then the part about Zayn was talking about how his solo career is going down the drain. So it says, in March, his debut album Mind of Mine pulled in less than 23,000 sales during its first week, a fraction of the number he achieved with One Direction. And now his second single from the record has embarrassingly flopped too. Like I Would limped into the charts at number 30 last week and has since plummeted 57 positions. To make matters worse, I've also learned it has been axed from Radio 1 playlist. The dismal performance is another result of him not bothering to promote his music in the UK. He has refused to speak to the press, notably pulling out of interviews with Graham Norton and Greg James. Not even supermodel girlfriend Gigi Hadid can help these disappointing sales. So wow, they really got down on Zayn in that article. I know obviously they're gonna keep comparing Zayn to One Direction and the difference between their sales, because Zayn was in One Direction and his departure from the band wasn't that long ago. But I just hate reading that like, oh, his sales were only a fraction of One Direction's. Like, what did you expect, that he would do much better than them? I don't even think Zayn thought that. The point of Zayn leaving wasn't to show he was better than One Direction. That was never his intention. Personally, I like Zayn's music and I think he is doing a good job. And if he's not, that's his business. Like, I know the music business is full of competition. I just don't think they had to get down on him as much as they did in the article. And basically, this is what fans had to say about that whole Sun article. Literally, the only way Simon can come out of this not looking terrible and not like the band hates him and wants nothing more to do with him is to spin the story and to make them look bad. It's what he's always done, and it's very subtle. But when you read between the lines, there are clear messages one is meant to take away from this. Number one, Harry is selfish and doesn't care about the other guys. Number two, he has no loyalty to the band or Simon, the reason of his success. Number three, Harry thinks very highly of himself. He did it with Zayn, he'll do it again with the rest of One Direction. I've noticed that too. Simon, the media, and that article made Harry out to be that way. This says, so we celebrating Harry is getting away from Stoney and the other three won't. If Harry has the ability to get away, then the band has the ability to get away, and every member of the band should have the ability to get away. Yes. 6 months after that meeting, and all 4 members of One Direction have things coming and starting soon. Filming for Dunkirk starts tomorrow. Louis and Niall have the soccer aid match. Niall has his golf event. Liam has music that we keep being told is coming soon. And it seems there might be forward momentum for Babygate since it seems to have stalled again in March. So once again, it could be all nothing, but I'm also very side-eyed at the timing of everything. Okay, so I knew about the filming of Dunkirk being today, but I didn't know about that other stuff. See, everything that person wrote, that should be in the media. I want to know about Louis and Niall's soccer match. I want to know more about the filming of Dunkirk. I want to know about all the music that Liam might be making, and not about Babygate. And lastly, I'm just gonna end on this. But a Larry girl on Twitter said, why do you think we're the greatest team the world has ever seen? We'll always be here, Liam. We're not gonna leave. And that was in response to Liam's tweet about winning a Billboard award. So just the fact that Liam retweeted that and noticed her and she was a Larry, I mean, her profile picture is of Harry and Louis. It's kind of like the whole James Corden thing. James Corden followed a Larry and the profile picture was of Larry. Like, guys, they're not stupid. And yeah, obviously Liam gave her the attention not because she was a Larry, but because of what she said. But still, I was happy when I saw it. So there's more information to cover, but I'll just put it in my next video. And guys, please, 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 if you were to do this for me, it'd be so awesome if you guys could share my stressed out Larry parody music video with Ryan Minaj. Cause I love him. I mean, maybe he'll never see it, but it'd just be cool if you guys could tweet him the video. Cause one day it would be cool to collab with him. But anyway, thank you guys for everything. I make a video whenever I want, so like and subscribe. All my social media is down in the description, and I will see you guys later. Bye.